Feel that fire inside, the one that never lets you rest, the one that claws at your chest every single day, telling you that what you have, what you've built, isn't enough. That the hustle, the endless grind, the sacrifices, they're just shadows of something bigger, something real. There's this gnawing question that keeps you awake and pulls deeper. Is there a way to unlock success, not by chasing it blindly, but by understanding what's already inside? To reverse engineer it, to get under the hood of your own mind and soul, and get to the root of what it really takes to win? That question, it's not just some self-help fluff or another motivational line. It's the challenge you face every moment you squeeze more hours out of your body and feel emptier inside. Because success isn't just about money, deals, or status. You've seen people with all the cash and clout still walking around hollow. It's a brutal truth nobody wants to say loud. If your inner world is wrecked, the outer world just magnifies that pain. The market rewards productivity, but it never teaches you how to own your mind, how to master yourself so that success doesn't slip away the moment pressure hits. You see, the problem isn't the lack of knowledge about strategies, investments, or networking. The problem is misalignment, the brutal disconnect between your drive and your core. When that screams louder than your skills or plans, you hit walls. When every achievement feels temporary or shallow, and you wonder if maybe you sold your soul a bit too cheap chasing what they said success should be. That doubt gnaws like acid because the world around you claps for the shiny mask. But under that, you're starving for something real, something that doesn't break down under pressure. So here's a hard truth nobody else will give you in a polished package. Success cannot be pasted on the outside like a sticker. It can only be reversed engineered from within, from the relentless, often painful inner work that most people run from. That work isn't pretty. It's raw, ugly, and demands a courage bigger than any business pitch. It means diving into your fears, your failures, the part of you you hide even from the closest allies. It means breaking down the walls you built to protect your ego and exposing your authentic self, the one that's scared, uncertain, and hungry for meaning beyond the balance sheet. But here's the breakthrough that changes the game. Once you commit to that path, once you start dismantling the old stories that hold you hostage, the shoulds, the musts, the I'm not enoughs, you begin to align your actions with your true essence. You start operating from a place of power because you're not chasing success as a prize anymore. You're embodying it. Every decision, every move lights up with clarity, with purpose, and with an unshakable calm. You stop reacting to chaos and start shaping it. Listen, this is not about saccharine affirmations or vapid hack advice. This is about building an internal architecture so strong, so uncompromising, that forces outside can't shake you. It means understanding exactly what drives you at your core, beyond ego, beyond titles, beyond the noise, and building your daily habits and mindset like a craftsman, brick by brick, until your success is the natural outcome of who you've become. When that happens, failure isn't final. Obstacles aren't stopping points. They're the feedback that redirects your mastery. One of the most powerful moves you can make right now is to start questioning everything you absorb. The truths about your limits, your potential, your worth, they all deserve to be dismantled. Ask yourself, where did those beliefs come from? Whose voices keep telling you to slow down or settle for less? Once you expose those lies, you gain freedom. You begin to rewrite your internal code, no longer dependent on external approval or shallow metrics of success, but anchored in your own unyielding sovereignty. Your will becomes your weapon, sharper and more precise than any business strategy. Another layer of this inner work is radical self-awareness, not the kind where you nod along in a coaching session and then forget, but the brutal day-to-day practice of catching yourself in moments of doubt, frustration, or fear, and owning those feelings instead of running. This is where the magic happens. You become your own leader. You stop outsourcing your motivation or letting your environment dictate your state. You choose how you respond, every time. It's exhausting, yes, but that exhaustion is the forge where resilience is born. And here's something almost nobody talks about openly. Success requires ruthless patience. The world you want to create, the legacy you're building, is not a sprint. It's a marathon fought over years, sometimes decades. Every big breakthrough comes from keeping your eyes on the horizon when everything around you is screaming to quit or compromise. That means embracing discomfort, living through uncertainty, and trusting in the process even when results are invisible. This kind of patience is an act of rebellion in itself, especially today, when instant gratification hijacks our minds and makes real growth feel impossible. One of the biggest traps for founders and leaders is trying to do it all alone. Inner work often sounds like solitary suffering, but in truth, connection fuels transformation. Not the empty networking events or hollow collaborations, but real synergy with those rare individuals who burn as fiercely as you do. The few who don't settle, who see through the illusions of the system and resist mediocrity with everything they've got. Aligning with this tribe doesn't dilute your power, it amplifies it. A brutal, beautiful system of support where misaligned brilliance becomes an aligned force that changes the game. This is where the narrative flips. You're not just fixing yourself to fit into a broken system. You're embodying the new code. Sovereign, critical, transformative, selective, patient. Your will isn't bent by convenience or compliance, it sculpts reality. You become part of a quiet revolution where individuality is strength, where difference is power, and where true freedom is built by you and the few who dare to take the long, hard road of inner mastery. At the end of the day, success reversed engineered through inner work is not a technique, it's a way of life. It means waking up every morning and fiercely deciding that you won't hand your power away, that you will strip away the lies, face the discomfort, and build yourself anew until failure becomes feedback, pain becomes growth, and doubt becomes fuel. When you get here, everything changes. You aren't surviving the game anymore, you're designing it. If this feels heavy, if it feels like a tough pill, that's good. It means you're awake. You're ready to leave behind the comfortable prisons disguised as freedom, the mediocrity celebrated by the masses, and step into the raw, unfiltered power of the sovereign individual, because the world will never hand that to you. The system was never built for the exceptional or the radical. It was built for those who accept the rules. But you're not here to be made small. You're here to transcend, to redefine what's possible, to live a life so real and wild that it shakes the very foundations. Now is the moment to stop waiting for someone else's permission or the right time. The journey inward is the one path that leads outward to success so profound, so inevitable, it can never be taken away. This is the work, the hardest, the loneliest, the most rewarding. This is how winners are made, not by chance, not by luck, but by the fierce, unrelenting commitment to become the person who holds success in their bones. So ask yourself, are you ready to dive deep, to rewrite your own map, and to claim what is already waiting inside? Because once that door opens, there's no turning back. You become the architect of your destiny, the master of your fate, and the founder of a life designed on your terms. Raw, relentless, and utterly unstoppable.